where we last left our heroes, the situation was fairly dire. After making it to Harriman's Hill, the party came across a poor knight impaled on an iron tree near the side of the road. They decided to pull up and investigate, seeing more of these iron trees lining up the road. Investigations revealed that this was a Hell Rider, one of the original ones who had abandoned Zariel's fight and fled through the portal back into Elturel, having received eternal punishment in Avernus. The party, strangely all in agreement for once, to do a nice, right thing, decided they would pull him off of his torment. And in doing so, triggered some sort of alarm that alerted Haruman, a higher up, one of Zariel's top generals that had been transformed into a devil along with her betrayal, who had been punishing these Hell Riders. The party attempted to flee, but the Tormentor must have been experiencing some sort of mechanical difficulties and couldn't make it up to top speed. They gave a good fight, trying to stave off Sturges, Hellwasps, and Haruman himself, but ultimately the Tormentor found itself unable to escape. Alvazir, stricken by fear in the fight, fled for quite a distance before regaining her nerve and turned around to come back. Sadly too late to save everyone. Leaping from her motorcycle, she cranked open the hatch on the Tormentor and attempted to distract and hold off Haruman with a small, localized blizzard. Adir, who in the battle had lost his leg, and Arlana, who had been paralyzed by the Hellwasp stinger, appeared dead to Alvazir's eyes, while Hank, Joe, and Thunder on the horizon managed to get atop Thunder on the horizon, who turned into a massive giant eagle and flew off into the distance in an attempt to escape. A short few words were exchanged between Adir and Alvazir that ended with Adir tossing Alvazir his bag and saying for her to run. She attempted to flee, and as she ran and was trying to get aboard the Devil's Ride, Haruman kept striking at her, nearly taking her down. In a last-ditch effort, a final attempt at defiance, Adir crawled from the Tormentor and attempted to cast a spell, but failed. His magical energies suddenly surged, almost as if something else had taken control of his strength, and it sent a huge burst of energy into Alvazir's small blizzard, slowly expanding it until it covered mile after mile after mile of territory in Avernus. Using that cover, Alvazir managed to escape. At the same time, Thunder and the Horizon and company got far enough away that they also escaped. Knowing his end approached, Adir didn't try to flee. He crawled back into the Tormentor, where he found Erlana had not been killed by the Hellwasp after all, and had just been paralyzed. He surged magical energy into her body with the last bit of healing he was capable of doing. Had a small conversation with her. Using the cover of the blizzard, a mysterious devil teleported inside the Tormentor and and offered the pair a way out in exchange for what is essentially a blank check. Adir, not wanting to trade his soul or to even play any of the devil's games, declined in a most dramatic fashion. Arlana, however, accepted, and with Adir's dying breath, he watched as Arlana teleported away to safety. He then closed his eyes and was met with darkness. Guys, I'd like you to go ahead and talk a little bit out of character about the sum up, since Cam has missed last session. This way, you guys can fill them in for anything that I missed. I'm just gonna go grab something to help with my breathing. You might hear me kind of sniffling a little bit right now. So I'm gonna grab that while you guys just kind of fill everybody in. Tonight is a drinking session, by the way. So for everyone watching on Twitch, any Nat 1 and any Nat 20, I am going to be taking a shot of egg, whiskey, or vodka tonight.
Why not both?
I can think of multiple reasons why not both, actually. Multiple. But I'll entertain you and try and alternate as long as I can until I feel queasy.
Hours.
I'll be back. Go ahead and, Cam, you're probably going to want to get filled in.
So yeah, that happened.
So what has happened was a deer killed himself.
A deer didn't kill himself. A deer just chose not to fraternize with the devil, which is an interesting choice.
I mean, to be fair. To be fair, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
To be fair, a deer actually killed himself to prevent the devil from getting a blank check on him. That's what happened.
I mean, yeah, and a deer was almost dead anyways. He had he had a couple of hit points and he was missing a leg. You know, it wouldn't. You know, even if the devil saved him, it wouldn't have been anything a deer wanted to go through.
Exactly.
He was done. He was exhausted.
Well, rest in pieces.
Literally. His leg will be. We still don't know where his leg is. I think it burned off.
Yeah, that's what happened. It burned off.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a nasty fight. That was.
Cam, you're never allowed to leave again because we're cursed.
Yeah, that guy was hardcore. We should have ran away, but we didn't, and we got whooped.
I said we wasted too much time to say on some stuff.
No, I think it just wasn't clear that, it wasn't made clear enough that we weren't supposed to push this guy down.
Well,
but that's not Patch's fault.
It was
the book said to do that.
That, and we had the Hell Wasp show up and abduct Lulu right in the middle of the fight. So
yeah,
there was a lot going on. Our attention was split like 3 different ways.
Exactly.
I hope Lulu's okay.
You guys actually did pretty fantastic, all things considered. Everyone was honestly, that was one of the fights I've seen you guys come together as a team the best for, with you guys swapping positions on the vehicle, using all of your combat skills and abilities to its maximum benefit as much as you could being in vehicle combat, and down 2 PCs. Hell came to you and you gave it right fucking back.
And we lost. We fought the law and the law won, or something.
I mean, we made it out.
We almost killed the guy's ride. We would have got out if we'd done it, but he was able to heal the ride for like 100 hit points. That's when I knew it was all over, because that was like my next to last spell slot, and he just heals his ride, and his ride was close to dying.
It was pretty close. So, whose plot should we do first? Adir? Thunder and company. Martin has mentioned he should be here tonight, but if he isn't here, it's because he's asleep. So, as always, we'll continue as me controlling Hank. So we could do Thunder, Joe, and Hank. We could do Alvazir alone, or we could do Adir in the afterlife.
Or Lana's,
or Alana making the deal.
Whoa, don't forget about Alana.
Yeah. So, what are we thinking for first? And people can ask, go ahead on the Twitch chat too to vote as well, real quick.
I'd say let's wait for Martin in case he shows up, so we could do the other scenes first.
That's a good idea.
I think we should start, in my opinion, I think we should start with Adir or Alana.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, so which one are we doing, Adir or Alana? I've heard for either Adir or Alana, and I don't know who you guys want to do first.
Can we start with Adir, since he's the one his character is on?
Yeah, let's do that.
Right. Adir, you watch as Orlana vanishes along with the devil. Your face presses to the rapidly cooling metal floor of the Tormentor. The blizzard outside slowly quiets as you lay in an expanding pool of your own blood. What are your final thoughts? Do you call out to anyone in your mind? Do you have any image of a long-lost friend or family member, a member of the party, any sort of image? What are your final thoughts? I've heard your final words, which were "fuck you," but I'd like to hear your final thoughts now that you're alone, as everything is slowly getting warmer for you.
Yeah, his final thoughts as he's kind of fading to black. He's finally. Yeah, it's overwhelming relief, and he's just thinking to himself, it's about time. And this should have happened a long time ago. As he just sort of fades away.
Adir gently closes his eyes and drifts off to that final sleep, a blanket of stars covering his vision and sending him over that final precipice into peace. Sadly, peace was never an option for Adir, not even in the afterlife. And your eyes fling open suddenly, Adir, to witness that same courtroom as before. This time, the multitudes of gods and celestials that were bearing witness to your trial are in an uproar. All of them are yelling, pointing, and screaming at each other. Your perspective is also a little different. You're not in the witness stand currently. You're on the defense bench. But when I mean on the defense bench, I mean literally on the defense bench. You are a head on the defense table. Just your head. Your body lays slumped in the chair beside you. You can kind of see it out of the corner of your eye. A quick test reveals that you're still able to send signals to it. As you kind of lift up one of your hands and just a little semblance of control. This perspective is strange and foreign to you, however.
I stick a finger down my windpipe.
You of the windpipe at the end of your severed head or at the stump of your neck?
At the stump of the neck.
It feels very strange.
Ew.
But there's no air passing through it currently.
Mm.
The gods seem to have forgotten you as everyone is pointing at each other and screaming right now. Tyr is banging his gavel and you can hear him yelling, "Order! Order!" at the Jesus, what is it called? Podium? No.
The jury?
No, the bench, the thing that the judge sits behind.
Give me a second. It's in my notes for Taya. Hang on.
The bench?
Oh, the bench.
The bench.
Yeah, that.
The bench. He's banging his gavel and trying to get everyone's attention.
I pick up my head and I use my hands to swivel it around the courtroom to look around.
Wait, what?
You pick up your head and begin to swivel it around the courtroom, adjusting to this strange perspective fairly quickly. You see that your jury is currently all yelling, pointing, and accusing each other. Your prosecutioner is, I believe it was Helm who was your prosecutioner?
Prosecutioner? Is that like an executioner and a
thought it was Torm.
prosecutor all together?
Oh, did I call it a prosecutioner? Sorry, I meant prosecution. Oh my god, why did I forget the name for it again? Why am I thinking prosecutioner in my head? No, it's Helm, I believe, that I had as the prosecution.
This asshole, and I roll my eyes.
The jury, Lathander in particular, seems incensed about this. You can kind of make out what's being said. It sounds like everyone is accusing each other over your death.
Yep, I have that effect on people.
Some of the jury are calling for an incomplete trial. Others are claiming that they've received enough evidence to sentence you. And it looks like until you say or do something, the gods are kind of wrapped up in their argument. And you're familiar with arguments among the gods. This could take anywhere between 30 seconds and 30 centuries.
I put my head on the table and I start to spin it around and play with it.
You do so. How long do you do so?
Yeah, till whenever, till somebody notices. Whee!
Helm, who is one of the few people not currently arguing with everyone else, glances in your direction, crosses his arms, and glares disapproval at your shenanigans.
I put my head on upside down, and I glare at him with my arms crossed.
Sighing, Helm suddenly speaks up. The defendant has something to say. He looks over to you.
What's up, everybody? I shoot them the gun fingers.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh, super. That's how we're gonna do it.
The gods
17.
The gods turn to look at your chair. One by one, they slowly start falling quiet, more just out of confusion than anything upon seeing your upside-down head on its body.
You know, if I leave my head like this long enough, my brain just adjusts. Everything starts to look right side up.
There's abject silence, and then you hear like just a slight giggle sound coming from the audience stand. You look back, well, as best as you can look back.
Mm-hmm.
You can't fully make out.
I turn my whole body to look back.
You can't fully make out who it was who laughed. Much like in the jurors' stand, most of the ones that aren't currently talking are sheathed in darkness, shrouds to prevent you from seeing their faces.
Yep, I love it when they're anonymous. Looks like you guys are all kinds of worked up.
Tyr clears his throat and says, there is much contention that you've brought to my courthouse on this day, a dear shadow soul.
You can't blame me. I didn't ask for this. I'm just a passenger.
And does that absolve you of guilt, do you think?
I don't. Guilt for what? Going to hell? Getting my butt kicked for no reason? I mean, I did clean up one of this guy's altars in hell. I didn't have to do that.
Jerk your thumb at Torm, who's in the jury. He blushes, something you've never seen Torm do. But he turns red in the face, and as all eyes turn to him, he says, well, no one was using the Aasimar. I thought it best to... As he speaks, someone else calls out, so you were using another god's descendant for your own gain? Torm immediately points over to Lathander and says he also made contact and contract with Lathander. It's not only I who was invested in the mortal.
Yeah, well, I mean, I fixed a window for Lathander. I mean, you guys left the place a mess. Somebody had to do it. People were dying. It was hell. There were like dead people running around. Did you know that? Like actual dead people?
We are aware of the current event.
I use my hands to like emphasize my head movements. Hold upside down.
We are aware of the current situation enveloping in Avernus.
Yep, and you know, I don't know who Zariel used to work for, but whoever she used to work for, you guys really messed her up good.
Roll me a persuasion.
Great. Out here persuading my ass off.
The gods begin arguing amongst themselves again as you bring up Zariel. There's a lot of pointing and yelling. Torm seems to be on the defensive this time, and eventually Tyr manages to again quiet all down and says, "We were all aware of the situation developing in Avernus, which is why we sent you and your allies to assist them. However, in addition to your chance at redemption, it would seem as if several members of the jury, the prosecution, and this courthouse in general all held conflicts of interest involving you, a dear Shadow Soul."
Yeah, that tends to happen around me for some reason.
It leaves your
sometimes
trial.
I conflict my own interests, my own reasons. Who knows?
It leaves your trial in a fine mess, especially considering your recent... He gestures at your severed head.
Yeah, well, I don't like working for you. I sure as hell don't want to work for some second-rate devil.
And for that, you are commended. The jury now stands at an impasse whether or not you have completed enough action for us to finally determine where you belong. Have you anything to say? Offer?
No.
Tyr pauses as you just go, nope. He looks at you and he says, "Very well then." Bangs his gavel.
My head is still on upside down. I'm leaving it that way.
You are free to do so.
And I'm frowning, so it looks like a smile.
Tyr just pauses, just staring at you a little bit longer. Well, you assume staring. He does wear that blindfold that covers his ruined eyes, after all.
It's hard to tell what he's looking at.
Bangs his gavel again and says, "In that case, this trial will conclude without a jury decision. I will pass final judgment. The dear Shadow Soul, you stand trial for crimes committed decades ago. Your first failure to live up to the expectations placed in you by your progenitor." And he bangs the gavel. The courtroom dissolves. The furniture remains, but instead, Adir, you stand in an area I'd like you to describe. It's completely ruined. The site of when you first lost control of your sorceress abilities.
So it's it's an abbey, a monastery, a small, hidden away monastery up in the mountains. There's not a lot of people there. Most of the priests have taken a vow of silence. There's only a few priests that can actually talk, and we're actually in the dining hall, and and it's a very small dining hall. It has some artwork around it, and it looks like a bomb has gone off. It's just been blasted apart, and there's just 2 bodies there. One of a full-grown priest that looks like he's unrecognizable. He's just been blasted away, and the other one of like a 16-year-old kid who's looked like a chair leg or something went through his chest when things exploded, and I'm standing right in the middle with everything. Looks like everything exploded outwards from me.
Behold, after being gifted with immeasurable power, strength, and ability not normal for that of a mortal, the blood of divinity in his veins, his failure to control it, while not intentional, still wrought destruction. And behold, his first actions, his first thoughts upon losing control. Behold the reason for this devastation. And Akassin, describe the scene of how it happened and what Adir did immediately afterwards.
So the kid that's dead is his best friend, and the priest, when he walked in there, it was just the 2 in the dining hall, and he was basically beating the young kid, and the kid asked Adir for help, and Adir couldn't, and all he did was stand there and watch the kid get beat until finally something kind of bubbled out of him, and then things exploded, and he ended up killing them both. And the kid was his name was Jeff. He was Adir's best friend, his only friend, the only other kid his age at the monastery, and he ended up killing him instantly, as well as the priest that was beating him. And after the explosion happens and the 2 are lying dead, he's just standing there, looking at his hands while his skeletal wings kind of slowly unfurl from his back, and he just, with his wings out, he just kind of falls to the ground and starts crying.
Intentions good, execution failed. We see, Tyr continues, that out of a desire to do the right thing, Adir Shadowsoul's first actions with his great power was to slaughter innocents along with those who were guilty. This is not justice. Adir, what have you done to atone for this? What have you done? What have you to say to those who lost their lives in this incident?
I have nothing to say. I've said all I can say. I've done all I can done. I've been on borrowed time ever since that day. Nobody helped me then. Nobody's helping me now.
Tyr scoffs. And like that, with a single, albeit tragic, mistake, his entire capacity for hope, compassion, and love was snuffed from him. Hollow eyes, terrified commoners and those without experience up until the day that he came across and a small image of Alvazir appears. Adir, this is when you would have joined that conspiracy in order to break into the manor. What was your purpose behind it? Memories you had forgotten are flooding back into you now.
Break into the manor?
Yeah.
Well, the conspiracy, there were lots of different motivations for people in the conspiracy. I think the overall accepted conspiracy was to break into the manor and see if we could take some of the power there, but Adir knew that there was something extraplanar in the mansion, and his intent was to get there and to shut it out of this world, send it back where it came from, if he could, because he knew it shouldn't be there.
Images quickly fly across the courtroom. Images of you, Joe, and the others who had snuck into the manor, entering in and breaking in. Images of touching some sort of power within, drawn out and into Joe, causing him to lose control. You bear witness as Joe slaughters the other members of the expedition that went into the manor, until none stand before Joe aside from you and Orlana's sister. Lost in a rage, he attacks you, and Adir, you knew at the time, thanks to Orlana's sister, that there was one surefire way to cleanse Joe of this infernal taint, as you all reached into Avernus and pulled something out of the river Styx itself. The blood of an Aasimar. Did you sacrifice yourself willingly?
Yes.
You extended your arms out to Joe. You felt his axe dig into your body. Blood sprayed, covering the barbarian. Orlana's sister continued to try to hold him off as long as possible, completing the ritual, and gave the last of her own energy in order to complete the exorcism. The strange thing that had possessed Joe was cast back into Avernus, into the river Styx, and you and Orlana's sister, Adir, perished on the floorboards there. It was then that a woman came to you in your first trip to the afterlife. A cloaked woman. She was soon joined by another. They gave you two things: a golden coin and a 4-pointed blue star. The coin vanished quickly after. The blue star was taken into your body, and you were suddenly resurrected with no memory of the events. On the streets of Baldur's Gate. That is when you headed down into the cultist lair underneath the bathhouse and reunited with the party, the only one really capable of remembering you clearly, the one you sacrificed yourself to save, the one that you granted divinity and Timora's luck, Joe the Barbarian. You bear witness to all of these events, suddenly remembering everything that you had done. Tyr says, well, he once held the capacity for great evil. It was shown here he also held the capacity for great good. As a test, we allowed his patron to resurrect him, using the blessing and borrow power, the goddess of luck. He was sent back with no memory in order to show that if all things were made equal, which side of morality would he stray to? Events of previous moments in the campaign begin to speed up and flash through. Moments where you did things that came at no benefit to you, but helped and saved the party. Things that you did that were only for the benefit of you. That came at the cost of members of the party. Do any of those moments particularly stand out with extreme clarity in the courthouse for Adir?
Well, the moment where he had to give up bodily fluids to get his elven chainmail. That kind of stood out to him. He felt real dirty after that.
That moment plays out in HD with all the gods witnessing.
Oh, that is embarrassing.
The thing, yeah, it is embarrassing. But everything else, he's pretty proud of. He remembers, healing people after fights. He remembers bringing people back from the edge of death during conflicts with supernatural evil. So overall, pretty, just the standard type stuff that'll flash back.
It is this opinion that the court of the gods is prepared to pass judgment based on two actions that occurred during Adir's final days. Firstly, in his favor, and a scene of you slitting your own throat to avoid capture by the devils plays out. The scene of you using the last of your magical energy to save Erlana. Normally, an action such as this would be enough to confer a position at any of our sides, especially for one of our blood. However, there's something that occurred that this court cannot overlook. And Adir, you're in the seat of the tormentor, a soul coin in your hand as you put it into the vehicle, consigning Ember's soul to an eternity of torment. This action heavily tips the scales to the opposite side, and as such, I proclaim Adir guilty. Instead of being consigned into Lathander's care, Torm's protection, Adir's soul will be returned to the devils to be reincarnated as a lemur, where he will suffer among those of his own kind for all of eternity. Tyr raises his gavel. Do you have any final words, Adir Shadowsoul, before I pass my sentence?
No words. Adir just, gives him the double birds as he fades away.
You're not fading away yet. He raises the gavel and goes to swing it down. A voice in the jury calls out, "I proclaim the right of ancestry." A hood is thrown back. Light shines in the jury in front of the Goddess of Magic's symbol.
Ooh.
A beautiful human woman with intense blue eyes. Her black, grayish, nondescript robes slowly transform colors into blue-white of fine, thick silk. Her skin glows, and her hair is every single color of the rainbow. Whispers begin to pass through the courthouse. Tyr again has to bang the gavel, yelling for order. You can tell he's getting tired of having to do that. Mistral, despite your loss of divinity, you are allowed to sit on the jury, but you have not been given permission to speak. And she calls out again that she proclaims the right of ancestry. She claims that as the birthplace of your lineage, and that as you came into existence with her blessing to be an Aasimar, she reserves the right to decide what happens with your soul. Tyr massages his forehead as he continues to explain to her that this is unprecedented, and that he had already decided that he would take responsibility for your sentencing. She beseeches him that your purpose has not yet been served, the one that she created you for. And so she continues to call upon this right. And Tyr pauses, turns back to Adir and says, "You have wasted enough of the court's time, and I am of a mind now to simply want to be done with this. Mistral has the right to claim you, but you have the right of denial should you wish to actually make true atonement for your many misdeeds. I will allow the defendant to choose between who will take responsibility for your punishment. Former disgraced goddess of magic, or myself, the god of justice."
Deer picks the goddess of magic, of course.
Tyr, with the blindfold in front of his face, he can't roll his eyes, so Helm does it for him, as Helm rolls his eyes. And the gavel is
They both get the words. They both get the birds.
The gavel is brought down, and Tyr proclaims that your soul is to be returned to Mistral for whatever purpose that she claims she still has for you.
I take off my head and I toss it to her.
A magical hand coalesces and catches your head as a new body of energy is woven for you out of the stars itself. Your physical head now rests upon a body made out of pure energy. The courthouse begins to empty. Empty. As gods.
I give Torm and Lathander, the high sign on the way out. I give them the gun fingers and wink at them.
Lathander winks back at you and says, "Truly, I had hoped you would be reborn in my light. I had plans for you myself."
Everybody wants a piece of a deer. I'm sorry.
He laughs as he exits by causing his light to slowly engulf the entire area, blinding everyone in the room until it fades out, revealing that he's gone. Torm grumbles angrily and just picks up his nearby warhammer and fades out without any fanfare. Until it's none but you and the goddess of magic, former goddess of magic, left. She smiles at you and says,
So what exactly does a dead goddess do?
"Far less than you'd expect, but far more than I believe you'd hope." She raises her hand and holds it out to you and says, "Come, we have much work to do, and very little time to do it in."
Take it.
You take the hand, and the two of you fade away together, your energy becoming one as your soul is returned to the spirit of magic itself. Your energy converted into pure arcane power. Akassin. At any point in this campaign, but only once, you may grant any player one 9th level spell of your choice that may not be Wish.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Imagine if Joe could use Wish.
Only once.
Nope.
Only once. Only in this campaign. Obviously, it does come with some caveats as well. If the situation is too ridiculous or out there, it might not work out the way that you hoped or something like that. But for all intents and purposes, even if they can't perform magic, you may give one person access to any 9th level spell on the sorcerer's list aside from Wish.
Okay.
And I think that is a good end to a deer. What do you think, Akassin?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of plot that I had written revealed.
Nice.
Okay. We say goodbye to a deer, and we prepare to say hello
dear.
to Akassin's next character.
Oh.
Who should we... Martin! I heard you join in the middle of that. Hello.
Welcome back, Martin.
Hello.
You watched the stream last time, right?
No.
Okay, so you have no idea what's going on. That's totally fine. whose plot line? Now that we've concluded years, whose plot line should we go to next? We have Alvazir alone, Orlana and the blank check, and Joe, Hank, and Thunder try to survive a blizzard in hell.
Let me just preface by basically saying, Hank stretches as his eyes kind of roll back into place. He just goes, that was a really good nap.
You're a little quiet, Martin.
That was a really good nap. Where are we? Why is
You're on a giant eagle in the middle of a snowstorm.
Oh,
Not
so
even on the eagle. The eagle went down. They're in a snowstorm.
In a snowstorm in the middle of hell.
Wait, so are we doing... Whose story are we doing again?
I don't know.
Yeah, whose
Let's hear
story?
we haven't said yet,
I'm just bringing up that Hank basically wakes up and looks around and goes,
Do you guys want to do yours then?
there's a lot fewer here than when I went to sleep.
Do you guys want to do
Really?
yours first then?
Nah, I mean, I'm just bringing up the point that I am blissfully unaware of anything that's happened.
You sound like Joe. Joe doesn't know
let's
that
take
either.
let's take a vote. Who should we do next?
Are you asking us or the audience?
I'm asking everyone, audience and you guys. Anyone on the Twitch can say something. You guys could say
I
something.
vote for a deer again.
We can't have a deer again. We can't have a deer. Go, Shoshank. You lost your vote.
I vote for Erlana since she was right there in that same scene, kind of.
Orlana?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'd say the same thing.
Alright.
Orlana, you have one last glimpse of a deer before you grip the gentleman in the black suit's hand. And it feels strange to you, not like you're holding an actual hand, but like you're holding the back of some sort of large cat's paw.
Lana looks at it vaguely concerned.
You guys both vanish.
Okay.
You reappear. You're not certain where, but it seems to be an office. You can hear a street nearby outside of whatever building you're in. It's lavishly decorated with a sort of regal Asian kind of decor, and sleeping on a couch nearby is a black-haired man wearing very little.
Orlana looks at the guy that's sleeping and is like, Why is he here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind my business associate.
Is that what they're
resting.
calling it now? I'm sorry. We're here for,
I suppose you could call him Pet, if you're more inclined.
Anyways, I'm here for a purpose, you said? Like a contract? Like, what are we figuring out here?
Well, we're figuring out how much your life is worth to you, and beyond that, how much your soul is worth to you. I have verbal confirmation that you were willing to pay any price in exchange for being taken out of that situation, and I am now inclined to wonder exactly what it is you can offer me. Otherwise, I will return you exactly back where you were at the exact same moment. Harmon will discover you, and you will be, well...
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw what he did with those who had displeased him previously.
Yeah.
My name is Vincent Trench.
Pleased to meet you.
I believe yours is Erlana, yes?
Yes.
Well, Erlana, I've completed my part of the bargain, and I'd like to hear what you have to offer me. Your savior.
I mean, people like me because I'm useful. Like, they like it when, like, people seem to keep me around because I'm good at tracking things down and getting things done that they need to get done. So, thinking about it like that, is there any goal that you'd really want accomplished by me?
Well, when I think about it, from what I've seen of you so far, you are an abject failure. Your allies lay broken and scattered, if not dead. You have no real skill set to your name that could benefit me. And you have, a penchant for panicky actions.
That's, that last one, yeah, that's fair. There was really... I don't know why... Well... Give me a second at a character to find the words to say this, Patch.
No worries, and I apologize that in character he's very rude.
Yeah. We didn't know that we were trying to take the guy, the knight, the Hell Rider down off the tree because we saw him suffering. We thought we'd be able to do something for him. How were we supposed to know that Harmon was going to come down and, like, kill all of us? We didn't know. Like, we were trying to help him.
It's quite literally hell itself.
Not from there.
With another devil's currency. Did you expect him to simply sit back and allow you to pilfer what was pleasing him?
No, I at least thought we'd be able to, I don't know, like, surrender or at least help the guy or something. Like, all we want is to figure out how to get Elturel out of hell. That's why we came down here.
Oh, you sweet summer child. You have woefully overestimated your position on the food chain.
I'm aware.
But this could serve as a learning experience, much like my pet here. And he reaches out and affectionately touches the black-haired man's brow, stroking it as he
Erlana's
speaks,
trying not to laugh.
much like someone would stroke a pet cat.
Poor Byron.
You are capable of perhaps more than you seem. Let's hear you be creative, though. Really, come on. Sell me on this. I've saved you on a whim, and I've expended resources already. I'll need to expend more to simply put you back there at the same moment I took you from. So come on. Sell me. You're a thief, a criminal, or something? Surely you must have some idea of what you could do. I don't care about Elturel. None of those souls are mine. They're all pledged to Zariel.
Yeah, I was a thief, a criminal. They recruited me essentially because, well, one, my parents weren't exactly around for me or my sister. My sister had the luck of being taken in by a temple in Baldur's Gate, but I didn't have such luck, so I did what I had to do to survive. I pissed off the wrong person. Turns out he was a very rich, important politician. How was I supposed to know that? How was I supposed to know that? He did not look it, I swear. But I took his wallet because I was hungry. I needed, I was just gonna take a few gold to buy something to eat, but pissed him off. But then turns out I actually impressed Guild of Thieves, and they took me in, and they helped me out. They taught me more about, the reason I've actually gotten this far is because they took me in and helped me figure out what else I can do. All I know is being useful to people. If I don't, I tried my best to be useful in Elturel, and I failed miserably. I understand that, but if there's something I can do for, just because I failed this time doesn't mean I'm gonna keep failing at it.
Interesting.
I have to be able to do something right. I did something right when I did something right. Well, I thought I did something wrong first, when I stole that guy's wallet, but then
I've heard enough now.
Out of that, yeah.
You hold great ambition, but you have no focus on how to accomplish what it is that you want. The Thieves Guild gave you focus, and as such, you are eternally grateful to them. Am I hitting the mark?
Yes.
So if I were to give you ambition, if I were to give you focus, you would be eternally grateful to me, would you not?
Yes.
How familiar are you with the city of Waterdeep?
I've never been there, but
would you
I know of it.
prefer its salvation over Elturel? Or would you prefer Elturel's salvation over Waterdeep?
Why are you asking me this?
Humor me and answer the question, please.
So, Patch, out of character, I don't know much about Waterdeep.
You don't need to know anything. Erlana's never been to Waterdeep. She's maybe heard of it every now and then. Okay. She knows that it's a more magical, less shitty version of Baldur's Gate.
Waterdeep is the New York City of the Forgotten Realms. It's the biggest, most spectacular city. Everybody knows of it. It's that type of place.
Someone who grew up in Baldur's Gate would very much hate people of Waterdeep for being so privileged and lucky.
Okay, in that case.
So what you're saying is Baldur's Gate is Oakland.
Yeah. Boston, more like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. Or Philadelphia.
In that case,
or Gotham City. Baldur's Gate is where Batman hangs out.
I'm pretty sure right now that's the Mists. Okay. I think in that case, I suppose if I had to say between the two of them, I'd say Elturel.
Wonderful. In that case, I do have a task that you can do. The greatest heist anyone has ever pulled. I want you to steal Elturel from Hell and replace it with Waterdeep.
Okay.
I want you to alter the terms of Zariel's deal and contract to include the souls of all of Waterdeep and the city itself, barring one single location. And you must make certain that this location is not dragged into Avernus with the rest of Waterdeep.
Okay.
Troll Skull Alley must be spared. The rest of Waterdeep can burn and suffer for all I care.
Okay. I believe I could accomplish this.
Very good. I will grant you with one more blessing as well, should you so desire. A pact with me. Powers akin to what your feeble mortal vernacular would refer to as a warlock. A blessing I have only granted very scant few. Olivia, if you accept, you will need to lose 1 level in Rogue and instead take a level in Warlock.
Okay.
So the most recent level of Rogue, you would have to backtrack, remove the hit points you would gain from it, roll a Warlock hit dice, and accept the multi-class. Alternatively, you can swap
first level Warlock.
Alternatively, you can swap all of your levels in Rogue right now to become an 8th level Warlock.
Just give me a second to take a look at Warlock here. It's been a while since I've looked at this.
No worries. I am, well, you're trying to decide. I think we're going to pass on to someone else's story. We only have 2 stories left to tell tonight. Alvazir alone and Adir, Thunder, and Jose have a snowball's chance in hell.
Deer?
We're gonna hear a deer again? Yeah.
Jesus, did I say a deer? I'm sorry.
Yay.
I meant Hank.
No, we want a deer.
I miss a deer already.
Okay, I guess I'll just go die.
No, a deer already did that. It didn't work out for him. Is it too soon for jokes like that?
Never too soon.
Oh, were you asking us which story to go with for now? Alvazir.
Alvazir.
Yes, Alvazir.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Alvazir alone.
What happened to Alvazir?
Your devil's ride is kicking up snow behind you as a torrential blizzard with lightning flashing throughout it rages around you. Your own anger and shame at having failed your friends again runs in hot tears down your face. You don't know where you're going, and only God knows where you've been.
I hate this. Why?
Going down
in a blaze of glory. Oh shit! I knew you knew that one. Gain an inspiration to Casson. What's your passive perception, Alvazir?
Oh. It is for...
Good. That's all I need to know. I want you to right now tell me what's running through your mind as you leave what you think is Erlana's corpse behind, and you know you're leaving a deer to die.
Kind of like you say, I'm probably crying because I failed everybody again. I got feared and ran away when I should have been there for everybody. And I couldn't even get back to save Lulu.
Give me some internal monologue.
Oh. Out of character, I actually don't really know. Like, I'm talking to myself, I guess? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. What you're talking to yourself, what you're thinking in your head, just after all of this suffering, Adir's death, Orlana's dead body behind, you driving through the blizzard. There's got to be something running through your head. Even if it's just a single word or something.
I would think at that point it would be more anger and just replaying all of the scenes over and over again. At that point. Like, she's probably losing it, and she probably doesn't actually have any to describe how disappointed she is in herself and how she let everybody down again.
As you drive, you suddenly feel a bump as you hit something in the blizzard you didn't see. The Devil's Ride skids out of control on the ice, and I need you to roll me a dex save. You pitch from the seat, slam into the ice, and roll to a stop. The Devil's Ride skidding past you, taking a total of 13 points of damage.
I'm down.
Avazir, you begin to bleed to death in the blizzard.
Okay.
Avazir.
The Devil's Ride is before you. You're face down. One of your wings is broken. Blood streams from a head wound. Your eyes are dizzy. Cold, cloying fear clutches your heart. A desperation to survive. What are you thinking of?
Probably feeling like she deserves it. It's about her time.
Do you yell anything? Do you say anything out loud?
She stares at the sky and the lightning.
You stare at the sky and the lightning and you watch it crash down. Roll me a death save.
Don't die on me. Oh, shit.
Add 1 failure. What do you do?
Wonder if the other one still made it out. I know that Erlana, in my mind, I know Erlana and Adir probably didn't make it out. And think if maybe there's a chance I still might be able to find them.
You crawl forwards at all, or do you just remain where you're at?
Sure, I roll over and try to crawl.
You crawl blindly through the blizzard. Roll me a death save. Ooh.
Oh, don't die. I don't want you to die.
Grim predictions, but cheers.
Timora, help this dead lady.
Yeah, give me a moment. I gotta take a drink.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, drink. Let's drink, everybody.
Adir, I'm looking at your character sheet. Don't worry about this right now. Sorry. I should have warned you before I clicked off. I hope you didn't lose anything. Yeah, trying to see what you got to catch. Oh, hold on. I'm looking at your spells. Give me a second. Give me a moment. Don't you get all the cleric spells or not? No? I couldn't hear what you said.
No, I don't. But all the spells I get are on there, and the ones with the little red circle next to them, those are the ones I have prepared.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Avazir, you see your ancestors and can hear them calling for you. The end approaches. You know that there is no saving. Even if you were to stabilize here, the cold would kill you while you're unconscious. You can feel yourself slipping away. What are your final thoughts?
They're probably pretty depressing since she still thinks she failed everybody multiple times over.
Do you have any final words? Anything to say? What are Alvazir's last words?
Probably something. I hope the arts made it.
You whisper that, and as you're closing your eyes, we switch focus. Akassin?
Yes.
About 30 seconds ago, someone ran you over.
Mm.
You're not certain where this blizzard came from.
Burn, burn.
But-
It sounds like a modem, a 1980s modem, right?
The
Like,
AOL noise?
yep, the AOL
Oh my
noise.
god. Wait, is he a robot?
80s. 80s.
Someone ran you over,
90s.
Akassin.
Nice.
And you've been laying out here, well, from your perspective, only a few minutes, but in reality, it's been significantly longer. And it turns out that whatever ran you over hit you at just the perfect angle to realign some of your circuits. And you reactivate. What do you do?
Like, you see this,
no, that no one sees you yet. Just tell me
Nobody
what
sees
you,
me, yeah.
just tell me
So,
what you're doing so far.
I run a self-check, my systems boot up, and my eyes come alight, and I start looking around to see what happened.
All systems are green. Roll me a perception, please.
I will roll a perception. 12.
Well, even with the difficult vision of the blizzard, you're able to recognize that there are tire tracks all down your front. And when you stood up, you were faced to the north, meaning that whatever hit you drove over you towards the south.
I stand up and I start to go towards the south. I follow the tire tracks.
You follow the tire tracks, and it's long before you find an overturned motorcycle that's clearly had some sort of skid out, a devil's ride.
Awesome.
In the distance, you can hear a weak voice saying something about hoping the others made it out.
I try to find the voice.
Roll me another perception, please.
I will roll another perception. 12.
Consistent, as all good machines should be. Your eyes showing the dark blizzard in a much more clear sort of light. Well, there's a lot of snow blocking your vision. The darkness is no difficulty for you, and what I see your replicate magic item is.
Oh, I don't have that item on.
Never mind. It's still difficult to see, but you do manage to track down the voice, and crawling away from you, not able to see you, you can see that there is a one-winged woman. One of her wings has lost all of her feathers on it and is only skeletal now.
Ooh,
The other
molting.
one, it's also bent and twisted at a bad angle as if it had been broken. The other one is still replete with many, many feathers of perfect beauty. She's crawling away from you, clearly in some sort of delusion, as if she was crawling towards someone, reaching out for them. Avazir, you're no longer conscious enough to really be aware of anything going on around you. What is it that you're doing? What is it that you're seeing as Akassin's new character approaches you, crawling in just some random direction, leaving a trail of blood behind?
Out of character, chasing down Susan. She's obviously there, right?
You don't. Yeah, if you want her to be, you don't need to tell me out of character. Describe it in character. Feel free. This is you, all you.
I don't really know.
Describe what Susan looks like. Say what you're seeing as you crawl towards this delusion with what strength you have left in your body.
I don't know. She'd be out in the distance where I couldn't see her, so I'd assume it was Susan, just because she's been there the whole time. But there's some shady figure in the distance, so I'm crawling towards it. Thinking maybe it's anybody at all.
Do you say anything? Do you reach out for her? Do you beg, plead forgiveness? In the distance, she looks down on you, and you can feel disdain, hatred, disappointment. You couldn't do anything for your friends. Why would Susan help you now? Why would your goddess help you now? Why would anyone help a broken, one-winged angel dying in a snowstorm in hell?
Say it like that.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but
Alvazir reaches out to Susan, to who she thinks is Susan. Says, "Susan, don't leave me. I can still fix this and make it right. There's the other angel, but we still need to save Elturel."
You hear that whispered from broken, cracked lips, and from Alvazir's perspective, you reach Susan and lay a hand on her boot, and Cassin, your character feels, well, more sees, I suppose. I don't really know if you have nerves.
I'm a highly advanced unit. Magical even.
Oh, even better. You look down at this broken individual. What do you do?
I bend over and I say, "My name is not Susan. You appear to be in distress. Would you like some help?"
How do you hear that, Alvazir? You can keep having the delusion however you want it. Or you can choose to have it break and I can describe what a Cassin's character looks like.
We could get really creepy, and Susan is the fallen Asimar version of me, and she bends over. She looks at me, and she just, shakes her head and says, "What should I do with it?" And she says, "I suppose we could have a little more."
As that happens, and as you say that, Susan kind of wavers like a heat stroke. And Cassin, describe your character, what Alvazir sees in the blizzard bending down to her now, and offering help.
She sees a robot, a 7-foot tall robot, silver skin, and is, looks like a gunslinger, has a gun on the hip. But it's weird, the gun doesn't appear to have any moving parts. It looks like it's just carved out of wood. It literally looks like somebody just carved a pistol out of wood, and it's in a holster on his hip, and he's wearing a brown poncho, and he has this really fancy coat of arms right on his left shoulder, and it looks, and he's got some different kind of accoutrements hanging off of him. Different things that look like they do stuff, but it's hard to tell because, he's a robot. And he reaches down, and a needle pops out of his right arm and sticks Alvazir right in the neck.
Oh.
And she gets 8 hit points.
Alvazir, you're only able to watch with blurry, failing vision until this needle is stuck into your flesh, and you feel energy in your body again. Your wounds begin to close up slightly. You can recognize some kind of healing, but that didn't feel like any healing you've ever had before. And you blink a little bit as your wits return to you. You're in the blizzard. There is a fucking massive robot sticking you in the neck right now.
Is that needle electrified or energized at all?
McCassin, flavor it, does it?
It's a regular syringe. It looks like it was green goop that he just injected into you.
Ooh, gross. Okay, never mind. We're good. Gross.
Shit, what was I about to say? You also haven't noticed the predicament of your wings yet? I'm gonna save that until you get to a reflective surface.
Mm-hmm.
What? I'm sorry, ma'am. You appeared to be in distress. I have just injected you with a healing inoculant. Please, do not move too much. There is a storm surrounding us.
I look up at him. You're not Susan.
I am not Susan.
Did you say your name?
I have not said my name.
What is your name?
I do not have a name. My designation is Delta Echo Uniform 5000. My creator used to just call me Do.
Okay, do. I just kind of like lay flat on the ground with my face in the snow for a minute.
Who just stands over and waits.
I come from the mountain. I am Mountain Dew. Gain an inspiration, Martin.
Dear,
That's fucking gold.
you're a genius, dear. You are a genius.
See, I want to know now if robots have skin after you put it like that.
Mountain Dew.
No, he doesn't have skin. It's metal. Well, it looks like metal, but it's not like a traditional robot. Like the metal looks like it moves like skin. So and it looks like he breathes.
That's horrifying. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is it like the male version of 2B or something?
He was like made out of magic, not necessarily bolted together, more magic holding him together.
It's horrifying. I love it.
I guess
and his charisma is 7. So yeah, he doesn't look great. He looks like a giant robot. Not friendly.
Alzir struggles to her feet. It looks up at him and says, "Oh, somebody bigger than me for once." I look around and I say, "I am still alive, right?"
Yes, you are alive. Although I would recommend you rest and recover.
I suppose I should thank you for saving me. Do you know of anywhere near here we can get out of the snow?
I was not even aware that snow was possible here. And he's looking around, trying to figure out where a snowstorm came from in the middle of hell.
That's actually partially my fault.
Oh?
Yeah, long story, but I cast this ice storm, and then one of my friends, I say kind of sadly, their magic went wrong and blew the storm up quite significantly.
It's the magic storm. It makes sense now.
Yes, magic storm. I go back to the bike, I guess, if I can tell where it is.
You have no idea where it is. You crawled a little bit of a distance away.
Did you see my bike?
Yes, I saw your bike. It hit me.
I felt it. Sorry about that. I didn't see you.
It was okay. I was inoperative.
So I crashed into you and you woke up?
I do not sleep. But I became active.
Okay.
I have run a self-diagnostic. Everything appears to be normal.
Can you lead me back to my bike?
I can walk back the direction I came.
I follow him?
He turns around, begins leading you back towards where your bike crashed, and soon the two of you find it.
Is it recoverable at all? Did I just lose control and it fell over, or is it smashed?
Oh, it's fucking totaled. It's gonna need pretty heavy repairs. Too bad you're not proficient with a Tinker's Tools set, Alvazir. You can tell one of the axles for the front wheel of your Devil's Ride is completely wrenched over to the side right now, just looking at it. And some of the handlebars, your dials and levers and buttons on the Devil's Ride are all just showing empty across the board when you try to start it.
Do kneels down and begins to scan the machine. You see like a little light come out of his right eye and start to laser scan the machine, and some tool and compartment opens up like where a human kidney would be, and he pulls out a set of tools and says, "I may be able to fix this."
I sit down next to him and say, I guess I'd be much appreciated if you can.
You can do about this storm. It is making it hard to see, even for my advanced circuits.
So, with locked steering, which is what the mishap currently is, that's the first one that you need to fix. It's going to take an hour of repairs. You have the resources on hand currently to do so, but in the future you're going to need to find more resources to be able to continue repairing these things. You are going to need to roll me with your tool proficiency, your Tinker's Tools. You are going to need... Let's see.
Intelligence?
It's actually strength-based, is what it says here, because you need to push it back in to position. With Alvazir's help, if Alvazir is proficient in athletics, she can give you advantage on this. Are you proficient in athletics checks?
I am not.
In that case, you're just not strong enough to be able to assist with this. So, go ahead and roll me your Tinker's Tools. Yeah.
19.
An hour of work happens, Alvazir, as you huddle into yourself to avoid the cold in a way where you normally kind of wrap yourself in your heavy wings. When that happens, you finally note that one of your wings isn't moving position at all, no matter what you do.
I look back to try to see it, I guess. See how badly it's damaged.
Oh shoot, a damage axle. Yeah, so you'll do that one next. Sorry, yeah, you look back at your wing and you can see that it's broken severely in several places. Any attempt to move your wing causes extreme pain, and it's also, much like a deer's were, featherless.
I guess I don't try to mess with it and try to make sure I don't move it very much right now.
Dew puts away his Tinker Tools, and out of a separate compartment, he pulls a set of woodcarver's tools and says, "I can probably fix that for you."
Might as well give it a try. I turn around and give him my broken-ass wing.
It was a joke. It's woodcarver's tools. I mean, I can saw them off.
I figured you were gonna splint it so you could get it to sit still somewhere where it wouldn't be.
Dew explains that he was attempting humor. He was attempting to be more relatable to you.
My programming allows me to form bonds with those in concert with my goals.
Can you at least tie it up so I won't be able to move it?
I can try. Do you have some rope?
Roll me a medicine check. Alvazir, and do you have some rope?
I don't, but I have, like, robes and stuff like that. Use.
I'll allow it. Do you have proficiency in medicine?
No, I just have survival.
In that case, you know basic first aid, but no way to really fix this issue. So there's not much either of you can do for the busted wing right now, since you don't have proficiency in medicine either. Do you, Akassin?
I do not.
In that case,
I am a combat model. I am not designed for extensive healing.
If you want to go back to work on the bike, it's going to take another hour, and this time it is a dex check with your Tinker's Tools now to fix the axle.
Well, do a dex check then with my Tinker's Tools.
The first thing you fixed was the lock steering of the handlebars that had been heavily damaged.
Oh!
11.
With the hour of work you're putting into this, I am going to allow you to succeed, even though that would not normally succeed on a fast check of it. You lower the DC and you work on them for a while.
I can use my Flash of Genius and add 5 to it.
Ah, even better. Then yes, you succeed. The bike is eventually repaired after 2 hours of working on it.
I believe that I have repaired this.
Still
So-
only has enough room for one person to ride on it.
I was just about to ask, and I feel so silly now.
At least you can walk the bike beside you guys, like, pushing it. But only one of you guys could ride it at once.
I suppose let's pick this up and start walking.
Okay.
How long is a short rest, by the way?
An hour, but you're not able to get a short rest under these conditions.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
The blizzard is too painful. It's constantly biting. You're unable to focus. But what I do need to know is during those 2 hours of time, which direction did you decide you guys should go in when it's time to start going?
Still probably not back the way I came, so I guess I start walking the way I came.
I believe we should stay here and wait out the storm.
Can I roll a check to maybe see if I can tell when the storm might end?
Yeah.
Does that just be perception?
Survival. Or Arcana, because it's a magical storm.
Arcana makes more sense to it.
24 hours by the look of it. The magic is still raging. In addition, with that high intelligence check, you can deduce that Do is right. You guys have one vehicle. You're still extremely injured. Wandering around too much is only going to get things worse. From what you recall, Thunder and Hank looked to be in good condition when they flew off. As much as it might annoy you, and Alvazir, after getting back up on your feet, you're actually the one in most need of saving right now. The bike, while it's currently repaired, is still on its very last legs, hit point-wise, as are you. It would be more sensible to try to build some sort of windbreak and cuddle down into it, especially since you're beginning to feel the heavy effects of the cold biting at your nose and fingertips. You guys were not prepared for cold weather. In fact, you don't really have anything to defend against that kind of stuff.
I guess Alvazir will cure wounds at second level herself.
You do so.
She was saving up spells.
She didn't get much chance to cast in the fighting, remember, because she was feared for most of that last fight.
Mm-hmm. I think I used a single spell. But anyway, I guess I look at him and I say, can we try to stop the wind somehow, or...? Any ideas?
Hard to hear you, Casson.
I can dig a hole.
A hole? I guess that would work.
Your passive intelligence is high enough too, Casson, to know that you could use the bike as a brake if you had some sort of blanket or tarp to put over it.
Yes.
Oh,
I have.
I have blankets and tents.
We will. You have a tent?
Yeah, it was your tent. Out of character.
She has the bag of holding.
Why are we discussing this? If you have the ability to make shelter, we should use it.
Yeah, but the tent will get blown away.
It has stakes. You drive them into the ground.
I guess
Camping will.
Okay, I've been camping before in a high wind, and the tent flew over
tents are
anyway
designed.
with me in it, and it rolled over.
Tents are designed for inclement weather, especially adventuring tents.
Avazir in character has never had to camp out in the wild before. She's a city girl confirmed.
No!
I'm teasing you.
I haven't had to sleep out in one of my own storms. That's the real thing.
I recognize the bag of holding and I ask, do you mind if I hold this?
Sure. I hand him.
I assume that there were a lot of facial expressions with that silence.
I just kind of look at the bag and I just hand it to him while pulling up the tent at the same time, and I just kind of like go about trying to set up the tent.
Let me hand over all of my deceased compatriots' belongings to some random robot I ran over in a blizzard.
Alvazir is out of sorts. She's just giving away everything.
I sometimes he said he was just survival skills.
I wonder what the best.
I reach.
Okay,
I reach in and pull out the gear to set up a shelter. So I start setting up a shelter with the tent. And
you do so.
And the tarps.
I'm just teasing you a little. You're fine.
I know, but my character is pretty gullible.
She is, yeah. Okay.
So it makes sense. Somebody goes, "Can I hold that?" And she just hands it, thinking they're just gonna hold it.
Yep. And after he sets up the shelter, he just, puts the bag of holding in his onboard storage container.
Got it.
Safe.
You're gonna want that back at some point.
Oh. Do you say that to him?
I do say that to him.
He opens his storage compartment, holds it, and then pulls it out and holds it out to you.
Okay. And I just take it back, and I just go into the tent, and I set up a bedroll, and I lay down.
Cuddle and huddle against the cold.
Dew stays outside the tent, and he goes into his sentry's rest.
Got it. We cut away from those to a much different scene. Whereas Hank is just barely waking up and coming to, so is Thunder after crashing in this blizzard into the ground. Thunder, you're still in giant eagle form, by the way. You've used one use of your druidic shape. And Joe, you are back down to 0 hit points as in the crash you landed badly on your, severed nipple.
Ow.
It's still severed?
Yeah, you never got it back.
I got it back from the old lady. We had the
No, you
conversation.
didn't. The
She gave
hag
it back.
ate it. The hag ate it and gave it back to
How
you in
many
like
times
a
do we
weird
need to go
dreamscape.
through
But
this?
she ate it.
She gave
See
it
how you
back after
land
that
on a
dream
severed
sequence.
nipple as a man.
No, she didn't give it back. It was never. Oh my god.
She never returned your nipple to you. She ate it.
Also, to be fair, I have
Why
a
are we
huge.
having this conversation?
Also, to be fair, I have a
I
huge
feel like-
scar on my chest, so I'm assuming I have no nipples because the scar removed my nipples.
Not anymore, you don't.
What?
Anyways. Joe,
It's fine.
you're like unconscious on the ground. Hank and Thunder, you guys are coming to out of your adventurer's fugue with no memory of what happened, where you are, but right now, Thunder, you're a giant eagle. Hank, you're kind of like bouncing along the ground, and Joe is just flat face down in the blizzard.
Joe, am I
in my
having drinking?
eagle form.
In your eagle form.
In my eagle form, I'm going to roll a perception. My
Go ahead.
normal perception, or is there a different number?
You're gonna roll for the stats of an eagle. Giant eagle. Sorry. Give me a moment, and I'll give you a stat sheet.
Cool.
Not gonna lie, buying some of the books was a very good idea.
Fair.
You bought books?
You're +4 for perception as an eagle.
Ooh,
There you go.
Eyes of an eagle.
You should see the stat sheet for the eagle.
It doesn't give him access to the
Hold up.
sheet.
Yeah, I only have bio and info.
Try now.
Perception. Normal.
Well, you have advantage, actually. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Because eagles have advantage on perceptions that rely on sight. You can see Hank, you can see Joe. You have no idea about anything else. You don't see Lulu, you don't see Adir, you don't see Alvazir, you don't see Erlana. You're just in a blizzard on the ground right now, having just crashed into the ground, being pushed down by the blizzard.
Look at still in eagle form. I cock my head at Hank and I'm like, "Caw?"
Is that a giant eagle?
No.
Can I eat it?
Oh my god, I knew it.
I'm pretty sure that's the tastiest thing I've seen since I've come here into hell.
Hearing that, I immediately turn back into thunder.
Oh. Can I still eat it?
Oh! Hank, that's not what friends do.
Hank thinks for a minute. And he goes, I've never had a friend before.
We're friends now. Surprise!
Yeah, is it just so that I won't eat you?
Oh, I thought we were all friends.
I don't even know who you guys are.
And thunder on the horizon.
Oh wait, you're a tabaxi, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess my statement wouldn't really change.
You've only been traveling with them for 3 days. Why would you know them?
Is there gravity?
I turn away from Hank for a moment and I look at Joe and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
I get 6 HP then?
9 HP, Joe.
Yeah.
Is that a 6 or a 9?
9.
So
9, because it's 6 plus 3,
but
buddy.
There's a 3
Oh,
on top.
I thought I was that wasted that I can't do math. Okay.
Aren't you an engineer?
I may have been drinking.
Egg builds airplanes for a living, guys.
Listen, to make
Just
a
think
plane,
of that next time you're on one of them.
Listen, to make a plane work, you just have to make it unable to fall.
That's
You're not wrong, and I hate it.
This explains a lot about airplanes.
I think the more complex the task, the more likely
plane
that
fly, you just have to make it not able to fall.
What? It's right. What? It's correct.
What is it with
You don't.
aircraft
Why are you
people
laughing?
and,
I'm right.
complex tasks. What is it with aircraft people and simple tasks? I don't get it.
Wait,
It's
what?
correct.
Fine.
It is correct.
Yeah, I am correct. Is it that? Why are you booing? I'm right. Except it's that. Why
I mean,
are you
That's-
laughing?
We're not booing.
That's kind of like a doctor, saying, well,
Doctor?
a doctor
I'm a
saying
good doctor.
how.
Just don't let them die.
Yes.
I am technically right, which is the best right.
Either way,
Egg, Joe is rejuvenated.
Joe might have been drinking as he's been laying down in the snow.
no, you've just been unconscious. Let's be clear.
Or same thing. So what's Joe doing?
Well,
Thunder.
where is everyone?
Oh, where am I? Where is everybody? I'm not gonna. I don't know if Joe remembers what happened.
I mean, were
Do
you?
you remember what happened?
Well,
Were
I don't
you
remember if
con-
Joe's
were
conscious or not. That's what I mean. That's
Were
what
you-
I mean. Wait,
Who
wait.
was
wait.
actually at last game? I don't know what happened.
Wait. What I mean was, I don't know if Joe's conscious enough to remember what happened.
It's up for you to decide that.
Were you alive when stuff happened, or were you fucking unconscious for the entire session?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I'm Joe.
Joe looked up at you.
I don't know if this plane is gonna fly or not. I don't remember if I made it work or not.
Why does that sound so confusing?
Oh my god, my
Does
brain.
Thunder
Okay,
know
well I
that
get.
the-
Okay. You know what? Let's just assume that Joe doesn't know anything. Well, I guess they'll come back eventually.
Does Thunder remember that this snowstorm is a magical effect?
You can roll me an Arcana.
Cool.
Yeah, this is a magical snowstorm. You're not certain how long it's going to last. You recognize the lightning going throughout as Alvazir's, but the scale that this blizzard is nothing you've seen her do before. She normally kept it fairly contained and did her best to keep friendly fire down to a minimum. You guys are currently in the middle of the rage of it.
Can I cast this?
You see?
The spell magic. Oh no.
No. You do raise your hand with your 12 Arcana. You know that you're not going to be able to cast that on such a large enough scale to be able to turn out the blizzard entirely, unless you made it to the center of the blizzard and cast it there. And I want you to go ahead and take a guess where the center of the blizzard is.
Probably where we last started it.
Where was that?
Technically, wouldn't the center of the blizzard be where there's no wind, because it's the eye of the storm?
The eye of a storm. Yes. I'm guessing you can't see where the eye of a storm is because we're in a blizzard.
But by the way, so there's no vehicle around us, right?
What?
Nope.
Like okay. Did we walk this entire way?
I don't remember. I think I might have been knocked out. Oh yeah, I remember now. I had 0 HP when the bird happened.
Well, the only thing we can really do is try to shelter ourselves from the storm.
Joe looks at his hands and plays with his fingers.
Okay. I don't. Well, you do that. I don't really have anything I can use to
Let's see. Oh, does Joe still have a tent?
What do you mean still have a tent?
How do I zoom in on this? This is so small. Oh, okay, man. I zoomed in too much. I'm sorry, viewers. I zoomed in so much.
Okay.
Joe has a backpack. I have a
He opens his
cane.
backpack and puts it down on the ground.
Oh! I have 2 cloaks. We can make a tent out of that. I also, for some reason, have clothes. I don't know how I got clothes, but I have clothes.
You start with common clothes. Doesn't fucking matter. What?
We can make a tent.
What does that? What does it say there? Joe dolls? Joe button?
Wait, what?
Joe Dollars. Oh, Martin
Joe-
hasn't experienced Joe Dollars yet.
Oh yeah, whenever I kill something, gold.
Yeah, he
vibe
pulls
comes
out a
gold.
bit of currency. Hold on, let me explain what you see, Hank. Joe pulls out a little bit of currency, and it appears to be a coin that has a picture of his face on it and reads, "In Joe we trust. Trade in 5 Joe Dollars." Sorry, no, was it 10 or 5, guys?
5 for something, then 10 for something else.
Yeah. Trade in 5 Joe Dollars to your nearest Joe for 1 Joe Bullion.
What are you looking at the coin for?
Oh, we can't really use those to build a tent.
I hear you muttering. Also, I forgot to mention I'm an alchemist. Whenever I kill something, they become gold.
What?
What?
He's not
That's-
wrong.
That's just fucking.
What?
That's Diablo logic.
No, it's called science. I'm what you call an alchemist.
He's saying this in character, Hank.
I am. Like, I have perfected the art of people who did not. What? Wait. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Is this another case of your confusing campaigns again?
No, he's being serious. He's talking as Joe right now.
Okay.
That was Tywin voice there for a moment.
Did we have a cat with us?
I get whiplash when Martin goes
Are
from
you-
Tywin
are
voice
you
to Hank
going-
voice.
Are you going to kill the cat to get some gold?
No, what? Wait, what?
Excuse me.
What?
I'm
Why would I kill
here.
a cat? No, the cat is a living
Why
heater.
would you bring up that you can turn things into gold? Is it going to help us?
No, because you look at my coin. Then I thought of the cat since the cat is furry and they're natural heaters. Great for a blizzard.
You can have a cuddle puddle.
Exactly.
Are we doing that Star Wars thing where we're cutting open the stomach of our mouth?
No! Not the cat! No!
Well,
The
that's
3 of you stand around, none of you
that-
seeming to have any sort of sense of what's happening.
Guys,
I'll say.
Well, it seems a bit brutal, but if you say so,
I brandish my cooking knife and I'm going to walk towards Thunder on the horizon.
I step in front of him, between him and the cat, says, no, we will cuddle for warmth. It's cold here.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. But how about we build some sort of shelter instead?
I have capes and cloaks. I have 2 of them. We can just wrap ourselves into a ball, all 3 of us. That'll keep us warm, right?
I think so.
Oh, we can make it into a
A tent?
oven.
Wait, oven? Wait, what?
It's
Wait.
like a Dutch. It's like a Dutch oven, but D&D.
Isn't
That
Dutch
doesn't
ovens
sound
when you
nice.
fart underneath a blanket?
I thought a Dutch oven was when you shed on someone's chest.
No, what?
Oh, no, sorry, that's a thing from steamer.
Wait,
Sorry.
So hang on. We're unraveling something very important. So what we just found out is that Patch has either shat on someone's chest or someone's shat onto his chest and said, "Oh, this is a Dutch oven."
No.
I can't breathe.
Okay. Well, with this new information that we've learned, how about we don't shit on each other's chests?
Who's Dr. Magma? Joseph.
Want to stay?
I can't breathe. My chest hurts.
Well,
I'm
you know,
crying.
thank you for sharing. I guess sharing is indeed caring.
No, sorry, I had
No, we know exactly what you just had. We had another prohibition era flub up.
We have
Listen.
something that Patch likes. His fetish or something.
Listen. The blizzard worsened. Everyone roll me a constitution save.
Wait, what?
You heard me? You heard
I
me?
did hear you. I heard you.
He's mad that we're kink shaming him.
Did I get advantage on that since I'm a barbarian?
No.
Hey, not 20!
Why is that an advantage?
Does he not get advantage?
No! Why would you
Oh.
get advantage?
I don't know, I'm a barbarian.
This doesn't mean...
Oh, what? Oh, 19, okay.
The one of you which is shirtless is doing the best in this blizzard so far.
I mean, I'm also shirtless.
Wait, that's a nat 20! Cheers!
No, it's not. It didn't
It
count.
doesn't count. You can't fucking
Oh.
roll
You know
like-
what? You know what?
I
A
love
deer
all
had a
this-
great... A deer had a great fucking end. We had a really cool scene with Alvazir. Erlana's got this like heavy fucking deal going on. And then we have the three fucking stooges talking about shitting on each other's chests.
No, you're talking about that. We're not doing
doing
that.
that. You're the one that thinks that's what it is.
I'm gonna pour myself a drink just in good fucking faith.
Are you just-
That's all like the boss? What's Patch?
Patch looked at that skit, Two Girls, One Cup, and
Oh
thought,
my
oh,
God,
that's a Dutch oven.
Continue. Those of you who got a less than a 10, you're beginning to freeze to death. It's very unpleasant.
Wait, hold up. The cat got less than. Oh, that's Hank. Never mind. That's Hank, not the cat.
The cat
The
got
cat-
less than 10 as well, yes.
Really? Oh, how's a cat losing? The cat has fur.
Doesn't matter. How does a plane fly?
By not falling.
But it has wings.
It does? Oh, that's a helicopter I was thinking about.
It does? It does?
Wait,
You-
I think about helicopters, okay?
Why
There's
are
a difference.
you uncertain? We're not talking about helicopters. We're
Listen.
talking about planes.
Listen.
He literally like said, planes have wings. And you, who builds planes for a living, go, they do?
Listen. It's
I'm
drink
never
night.
flying again.
Listen.
Wings do.
It's flying. It's
Just
not
FYI.
flying. It's drink night. I mean,
When we found out that Egg builds planes for a living, he didn't actually mean the entire plane. He just means, like, I don't know, the place where they brew the coffee. That's all.
listen. When I applied, I didn't know what job I was applying for. Okay.
What do you
Well,
mean?
That makes
What?
sense.
I'm joking.
Oh my god, I almost just shit out of sheer confusion. Anyways,
going down.
guys, let's get back to focus.
What's a focus?
The blizzard's getting worse. You guys don't know where anyone is, and clearly none of you know what the fuck happened to cause this situation. One of you needs to take charge here.
Guys.
And every second that passes, you guys become more and more worried that Joe's going to be the one to take charge.
Guys. Let's all puddle and hide underneath my cloak and my extra clothes. At least until the blizzard dies off.
I'm thinking so hard about what animal I can turn into that's resistant to the cold, that is big enough to shelter you in my arms.
It's also something you would have to have seen before.
Oh. So polar
Just a regular bear.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what?
Bear. Any sort of bear would probably do it, would be my guess.
Well, I do have this.
Wander, you have excellent memory. Oh, maybe you saw something on the way here?
I mean,
This isn't going to work in Avernus.
Oh.
Yeah, but I was thinking that maybe I could have an easier way of, like, spotting a cave or a place where we could get some more shelter.
From what you remember of the terrain in the area was just flatlands. There's literally nothing for miles. Aside from those iron poles back the way you came.
We must be in Kansas then. It's so flat here. Wait, never mind. I'm not made it.
Okay, I haven't been in this campaign long enough to gotten more, of my, like, more of an inventory than my starting gear. So, I do have a trophy of an animal I killed.
You're really hard to hear. You got really quiet.
Okay. Hello?
Much better.
Hello again.
Why is this happening though? Hello?
Much better.
Yes, Hank?
I could have a bear pelt that we can wrap ourselves around in an attempt to stave off the wind and everything. Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'll try to roll a.
He's talking. I assume he's talking to Thunder and to Joe. I guess
he was?
they're ignoring him.
I thought you were talking to everybody.
No, it's just you three.
It's
clowns.
just you
Nobody
two
else is
here.
around.
I'm out character.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to build up a shelter using some of the supplies I've got in my backpack, such as a rope, my bedroll, and this bear pelt that I've got.
Why will you carry a bear pelt? But yes, please.
Because why would you carry around Joe dollars?
Because I'm an alchemist.
Okay. Anyway, I will now attempt to build a rudimentary shelter.
Okay. You build a rudimentary shelter out of your supplies that stands up decently well to the cold.
Yay.
You still have no explanation for what happened, where anyone is, or what's going on, and it doesn't look like Joe is able to provide, and Thunder is clearly an adventurous fugue as well. But the shelter is eventually built.
Oh, I assist them by using my cloaks to cover the gaps that the polar bear skin might have.
Joe pulls open a bunch of cloaks that he never wears, being
I
that he is
don't wear
consistently
them.
shirtless, and hands them out to you, Hank. You are amazed at how many cloaks this man has.
I look over at Thunder to see if Thunder wants to contribute.
Thunder just curls up into a little ball as small as they can in the shelter to make room for everybody else.
Quick, use the cat as a pillow. It's a portable heater.
I can still hear you.
It's a compliment. That means they're cuddly.
Aw, thank you.
You're welcome. Wait, did the shelter actually work?
Yes.
Yeah, it's working well enough for the time being. He's got it set up nice.
Can we all fit in there, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, maybe I changed my mind and I only fit myself and Thunder in here.
Oh, right. It's okay. I'll keep watch.
No, get inside the shelter.
I thought I was. Oh, who's gonna keep watch then? Okay.
And Hank and company settle down for the long haul. We now jump back to Erlana, who still sits in that mysterious office. I feel like I've given you enough time now to think about your answer. So what'll it be? The greatest heist anyone has ever known? Or a very long and prone death at the hands of Haruman?
I'll do the heist.
Good. In that case, there is but a simple thing we must do.
Erlana looks at the Erlana looks over at the guy on the couch concerned. Not that. Right?
I'm sorry?
Never mind. You were saying.
Vincent reaches up and pulls out a pen that is made out of a human finger, still with flesh on it.
Okay.
And, he
It's unsanitary.
scratches on his desk, and a portal suddenly opens up, channeling infernal energy throughout it, directly behind his desk. The black-haired man on the couch kind of stirs a little bit, and you can hear him mentioning, beginning to mumble, what's going? And then Vincent reaches out with his other hand, puts a hand underneath the black-haired man's eyes, and says, "Shh, my pet, sleep." And immediately the black-haired man goes back to resting. The portal crackles with energy, and Vincent reaches back into it, grabs hold of something. You hear the rattling of chains, and he pulls out what is a strange humanoid. Bound in chains, his eyes and mouth are sewn shut as the individual stumbles through it. The terms of your deal are carved into this poor man's skin.
Okay.
This will serve as our contract, a previous pet who displeased me. Carve your name into his flesh. I will carve my own. And as such, our deal will be signed.
Erlana does it.
He hands you. Do you need a knife of your own? He says as you approach towards this poor man.
Erlana pulls out just a regular dagger. I got one. And she does it.
You carve and slice your name into this stranger's skin, and through his sewn mouth, you can hear him moaning and trying to scream in pain and horror as you just slice into this blind person signing. Vincent stands up and does the same, but before you can see what name he signed, he kicks the humanoid back through the portal with a hefty just straight to the chest. launching it backwards through the portal. The portal seals up, and the contract is signed.
All right.
Now, other advantages to this contract is that failure means that I will collect on your sister's soul, not your own.
Okay.
Your own, should you fail, will be given to the king of all devils himself in exchange for an apology for, let's say, stirring a pot that didn't need to be stirred.
All right.
Do not fail. Otherwise, your lineage suffers.
Okay.
I can return you to any point where any of your allies currently are. Just say the name of who you want to be with, and I will take you there.
Alvazir.
As a note as well, you are forbidden to speak of the terms of our contract or go against them in any way, shape, or form. Should you do so, I will know immediately, and, well, let's just say the punishment will be severe.
All right.
Alvazir, then.
Yes.
Very well. He snaps his fingers again. Another portal comes shimmering up. And, do.
Yes.
A portal to a interestingly decorated office begins tearing its way into reality in front of you. Snow begins to blow from the portal out into Vincent's office. Quickly now, I would hate to have to make Byron mop the floor.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's a long story, and Erlana.
Do pulls out his gun and tries to shoot Vincent.
Roll an attack.
Erlana steps through the portal while this is happening.
Yeah, roll an attack. Casson.
12.
You
hold up. Hey,
fire.
What now?
You describe what this looks like to Erlana, because Martin, who isn't here, just went, "Oh wait, what the hell?"
Like a old Western quick draw, I just pulled out a gun that doesn't have any moving parts. It just looks like it was carved out of something, and I tried to shoot the devil that I just saw, and a red laser came out of the end of this thing and went flying towards him.
This red laser misses the devil, but hits a crystal ball located on his desk, and it quickly shatters, crashes into a million pieces, and you hear the wailing of several souls as they're released out of their confinement. Vincent looks up, looks you dead in the eyes, and says, "Rude," and then closes the portal.
I point the gun at Erlana.
Alvazir, you're woken up by a pew! Literally the blaster sound from Star Wars.
Erlana's like, hands are up. She's looking at, Du, like, hey, what the, and she's saying, like, hey, what the hell, man?
Identify yourself and your relationship with that devil.
This time, Alvazir, like, opens the tent and says, Erlana?
Hey, yes.
You know this person?
Yeah, she's part of my group.
She is associating with devils.
Yeah, let's talk about something else. You're okay, Alvazir?
Did you just say associating with devils?
Let's talk about something else. Are you okay, Alvazir?
She came here in the presence of a devil. I advise extreme termination.
Extreme termination. As opposed to regular termination.
That's right.
Alvazir puts her hands on the bridge of, like, her fingers on the bridge of her nose and just, like, kind of shakes her head and just says, no,
It is.
Talk about something else.
It is against my programming to allow devils to live.
She's not a
come
devil
on.
herself. There we go.
Oh, Erlana, as you stepped through the portal, you felt your body change, and your eyes, no longer elven, they are slit like a tiger's now.
The elven with slits like a tiger? Like...
No, they've lost their entire elven shape and become eyes similar to that of a tiger. So, with the cat's eye thing going on.
Cool. I only took the multi-class, though. I didn't take the full class change, just so you know.
That's
Cool.
fine. You've just got those tiger eyes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Erlana's not aware of this. So...
Dude, you can detect infernal taint all over her.
I smell it. She has been tainted by devils. You cannot trust her.
What do you mean tainted?
You know what I mean.
He didn't to me what the guy on his couch, what he did to the guy on this couch, but I guess go.
Dude's looking back to Alvazir for hints on what he should do. He's ready to waste her.
Alzir looks back and is kind of like, "Oh yeah, no, don't kill her
Yet.
yet."
Yet.
I will. Commander override of my primary programming. I will allow you to live for now. And I holster the gun.
Erlana's like, who are you?
My designation is Delta Echo Uniform 5000. You can call me Do.
And why are you here?
I mean, why are you here? How did you get here?
That's not important. Why are you guys here?
Very important. You were dead.
No, I got shot with the stupid hell wasp thing. Got me with that stinger, and it paralyzed me.
That makes sense. But
Do is
how
literally
did-
just ping-ponging back and forth as they go through this conversation.
But how are you here? Because I left your body with.
It's a long story. It's clear she doesn't really want to talk about this, and she's trying to get out of Alvazir asking her questions about this.
Do speaks up. It is clear she has made a deal with the devil.
I believe you.
Huh?
I said I believe you to do.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I mean, should we go find the others?
Yeah, probably, because it sounds like you and Joe are in the same boat now.
What others?
Well, I
Three
don't even
more
know
of
if they're
us.
still alive, honestly. We have to find them. Alzir is obviously ticked off, but she's too tired to actually do anything. She'll, yeah. Alzir, I guess, goes back into the tent and goes back to sleep.
Okay.
And Do goes back to his sentry position. You know, just staring out into nothing.
Everyone needs to roll me. Oh, sorry.
And as Erlana walks by, a little cannon that's mounted on his shoulder, it's tucked into his shoulder, pops up and points at her and just follows her everywhere she goes. You know, like the laser cannon that the Predator has.
Oh dear
on his
God.
Erlana's
shoulder.
like,
Predator.
Erlana's just kind of standing there awkwardly, like she doesn't really know what to do.
Yeah.
Kill him.
No matter what she does, where she goes, the cannon just keeps pointing at her. and he's staring off into nothing. He's going back to his rest while his cannon follows her around.
Okay, everyone with shelter, roll me a con save at advantage. As this is to see if you get a long rest or not.
Nat 20!
Oh god, I have to drink.
So far, this hasn't been much of a drinking session. This is like the second or first.
It's
one.
gonna, yeah, like I said, Egg, it's probably gonna carry over to the next one because I didn't think there was gonna be a lot of rolling this session.
Yay!
So don't worry, the next one will be one too.
Dang it! I drank for nothing tonight.
And anyone without, okay, yeah, you guys all have shelter. So yeah, Joe, you actually have the best sleep of your life. You dream of Adir and your time together, and of how you're certain he's fine. Adir always had a plan for everything. Gain an inspiration as you think about Adir.
I'm still suspicious of Adir, even though I'm dreaming about him. Because remember, I saw him die, so.
You're suspiciously dreaming
No,
about him.
you don't remember seeing him dying.
Actually,
because you...
there's
the
actually
last thing you saw was that he was missing a leg and crawling out to save.
Okay, but Adir died originally near the beginning of this whole.
Yeah, long
That's
time
the
ago.
thing Martin's talking. Joe is talking about Martin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adir in his prologue died. Joe's the only one who really remembered or cared about it. Joe, you kind of kick in your sleep, and Hank, with the lowest constitution, you're not, like, having, like, a bad sleep or anything, but you get woken up several times to Joe kicking in his sleep like a dog. At first you thought it was thunder, and then you looked over and saw it was Joe.
Oh no!
Or Three Stooges.
Heck,
He just
why do you set me up?
He just kicks like he's a dog chasing a rabbit in his sleep.
Pack set me up. Oh no!
Can I? Oh no, I needed to use the rope earlier. Never mind. I was going to tie up his legs, but I
Bear
don't have
trap
any rope
confirmed.
now.
Either
Oh
way,
yeah, I do have a hunting trap.
are you going to Tywin this?
Well, I mean,
Put
I
him inside the hunting trap like
No.
your other character does to people who wake him up.
I do
No.
have a rope in my backpack, but I haven't told you about that. So yeah.
mean, I've got.
Actually,
you would
do I
take
have a rope?
You saw
everything.
it. You took
I
everything
saw
out of your
everything.
bag. And
Do I have
Yeah.
a rope? Let me see if I have a rope.
What do you mean, like? Oh god.
How do you spell? Okay, never mind. I don't have rope. I take that back. I lied.
How do you spell rope?
Listen, I didn't know what letter it started with. Throw them on it.
So,
Vote.
you guys get your long rests, everybody.
Yay!
When you wake up, by the time you have, the blizzard has finally worn off. All of you are individually on the plains in Avernus, in groups of 3.
Turns out we're 20 feet from each other. Woo!
I'm not going to do that. But
Very funny.
with the blizzard gone, with a little bit of ingenuity, I'm pretty certain your parties could easily find each other.
Looks at my two compatriots.
Oh,
Not very likely.
Joe has an idea.
Oh,
All right, let's hear
idea.
from Joe first. Then he's the first one I said who said, "I have an idea." Let's go.
So wait, the blizzard is over now, right? And we're in an open, flat wasteland, right?
You're back on the same plains as before. You can see Harmon's Hill up in the distance.
Guys, I have an idea, guys. I have bells. We can rouse the bells, and hopefully they can hear us.
You could also just yell.
Yeah, but yelling hurts her voice, so we could use bells.
Yelling is louder.
What
Even
if
better.
something that is not our party hears it and goes, "Oh, that sounds like a tasty meal."
Then if
I
something,
have a better idea.
go for it, Mr. Cat.
I simply roll perception.
Oh,
That's not supposed to be an advantage.
oh, we have reception.
Roll it normal.
Well, that's
Uh,
way less good.
Well, if the other group does anything, you might have a chance of seeing it. Meanwhile, other group, it looks like your compatriots have just decided that looking around is the best way to contact you.
Hey,
Well, I mean, I was gonna suggest something before you fucking switch scenes, but sure, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
no,
Hank. What are you doing? No.
You
No,
go ahead.
No, you can go.
One
No,
of you
you
be a
can-
top,
you can go, you can go.
please.
Okay,
I love this so
so
much.
I look over at our cat friend, and
You were an eagle earlier, weren't you?
Yes.
Oh.
Wouldn't they be able to see a big eagle in the sky?
Yes.
Damn.
How
he's smart.
about you turn into a big eagle and then you carry me in your claws so they know for sure that it's us?
Okay, but we have to take Joe too.
Thunder, the way that you carried them last time is Hank rode on your back and you carried Joe in your talons.
Not fair. I want to ride the birdie back, but oh well. I'm too heavy. I'm too big, I mean.
You were dying. I think that's why you were in my talons.
Oh.
As you say that to him, Thunder Joe nods and oh. Somehow that explanation seems to have explained everything for him.
It did?
It doesn't really matter if one of us rides on the back or if one goes in your talons. You can pick either way. But
Alright. And then I crack my neck, I crack my fingers, then I turn into a giant eagle.
Describe what that looks like.
So I just kind of like... I mean, I've never actually described how druid shaping works, so I don't know how that's supposed to work.
Tell me however you want it to work. Do you just like a puff of smoke appears around you and then boom, you're an eagle? I've had druids who have described like their bones cracking as they become what they are. You can do it however you want to do it. You could anamorph it too, where you just kind of like phase into being an eagle.
Isn't that like a storybook thing as a kid? Never.
Yeah, anamorph.
Oh. Ew.
I like Olivia's idea. I'm gonna like take out glitter and like throw it up in the air, and as it falls down, just like a curtain of glitter, and then when it's on the floor, that's it. I'm an eagle.
Behind the curtain of glitter, unseen to anybody, you do a full magical girl transformation like scene, like a la Sailor Moon, where you spin around, like boom, there's a wing, boom, there's another wing, boom, there's a talon, and yeah, the glitter falls away, and yeah, they're an eagle.
I mean, we can see the eagle like actually growing out from behind the glitter. It's not like it's going to be tiny and then poof, it's just big. Right?
I love how even hell the cat brought glitter along. I love that.
Anyway.
It's magical glitter. I think it hides everything.
Oh, I thought it was like a pocket full of glitter or something. Okay.
No, it hides everything. Anyways, eagle, boom.
okay.
And I reach out my talons, and I like as if I'm holding out a hand.
So you're standing on one leg?
You sit on your ass and extend your talons out. They make little like grabby open close motions at Joe.
I go into the giant bird's talons and wonder if this person became a bird. Does that mean they have a bird brain now?
Oh my god.
These
they do not.
Questions on philosophy and the capabilities of medicine confound you, Joe, as you lay down horizontal in the bird's talons.
How are we flying if gravity is here?
Not this again. Hank, do you climb up on Thunder's back?
Yeah.
Thunder, you whoosh, beat your powerful wings and take to the air. Roll me a perception now as an eagle.
Do.
Oops.
Oh, caw.
Nice, 23.
So glad that's not the nat one.
So, you are probably going to spot the party. Alvazir and company, what are you guys doing as you're waking up and the blizzard is gone?
Arlana's avoiding everyone.
Yep. Do is being sure to keep his eye on Erlana, no matter what she does. Yeah, it's like
Erlana's just
like creepily, like his eyes are always following her, no matter what she
Erlana's
does.
like going
Caston.
about what she usually does in the mornings, which is like make sure weapons and gear is okay. Like she's not doing anything different than anyone else would have seen or done already.
Casson, what's it like not being the most suspicious character in the party now?
Wait, how is a robot not suspicious? It's a robot.
Erlana made a deal with the devil, and then there's a robot in hell. Which one's the more suspicious?
I thought
It's not a robot,
Erlana.
because we're in hell.
I thought Erlana made a deal with Tony the Tiger.
What?
Coco will be very upset you
yeah,
said that.
So that's what you and Erlana are up to. What about Avazir? What are you up to?
So do also while doing that, do ask the group, does anybody have a gem worth at least 100 gold?
You see, just robbing the party at this point. You ask for the bag of holding. Now you're asking for a gem worth 100 gold.
I'm been stranded in hell for like who knows how many years. I don't got a lot of stuff on me.
Hi, Mom. Can I borrow some money?
I raised an eyebrow and I say, what for?
So I can scout for your missing members.
I mean, I've got this.
One gemstone
I don't
worth
think
at
you
least
want
100
this.
gold.
I don't think you want the gemstone that I have, because I got that off of Mummy.
Is it worth 100 gold?
I start cawing really loudly, so hopefully they look up.
Erlana's
call
got a
as
passive
well.
perception of 17. Patch, would Erlana notice this?
Still a lot of silence to do. Is anybody answering him? Do you
First
not
off,
want to give it to him?
Also, I haven't said that the Eagles arrived there yet. This is your time, what you're doing while they're becoming Eagle and waking up. I want you to roleplay a little bit.
Is Alvazir just giving due silence? Is she
Alvazir-
saying yes, no?
Alvazir looks at him and says, I'd rather not waste it if we can try to find them first.
Will not be wasted.
I mean, it's clear now. We might be able to see them.
It will not be wasted. There will be no waste.
You realize how much those are worth, right?
At least 100 gold.
I think we should try to find them first, without using anything. And wasting our energy.
I will not destroy the gem. I just need it.
Wait, you won't destroy the gem? What do you mean?
I will not.
I thought that using spells like that, like out of character, I thought using spells like that destroys the thing.
Not all the time.
Not all. This is not a spell component.
He just wants it.
I
to feel rich.
I give him one of the diamonds I have.
Ooh.
You don't have to give him stuff, though.
I'm gonna give him one though, as long as he's not gonna destroy it.
Wait,
So-
Patch.
You see him.
Before this happens, you know that magic yellow mummy gem that I have?
Yeah?
Can you describe its effects to me quickly again?
You don't really know what its effects it is. It is a yellow mummy gem.
No, but like, does it make you feel weird or anything like that?
You can feel the thrum of magic throughout it, yes.
I'll deal with that later. Yeah.
I mean, you feel like you could, like, throw it at the ground and activate it, I guess.
No, I mean, I was gonna, like, if it made someone feel uncomfortable, I was gonna give it to, Do.
Doesn't make you feel uncomfortable at all. It just, you can feel magical energy thumbing through it.
Alright, that's no fun then.
When she gives me the gem, I take it, and you see a set of tools, basically a hammer appear in my hand, a little hammer, and I tap the gem with it, like Fix It Felix. I just tap the gem, and all of a sudden, stuff starts to grow around it, and and it becomes, and it gets sucked into this little robotic form that appears in my hands with like a helicopter spinning top, and what you see is my remote scout unit 5000, and it takes off and starts flying around looking and flying a search pattern to go
RSU. So what is it?
Find.
Rus?
Yeah.
Yeah. The little helicopter, the gem becoming this little like helicopter thing. You can still see the gem pulsating within, powering this construction that he's kind of made around it. And like flies off into the sky.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you give me the the character thing for that?
You need a new character sheet?
Yeah, for it's in the compendium, Homunculus Servant.
It might not be in one of the ones that I have. I'll see in a moment. Homunculus. I just have flat homunculus.
Oh, well, I have it. It's in the Eberron books, but
I don't have the Eberron books on Roll20. I can give you a character sheet and you can just put it out, copy it.
Okay. I'm happy to do that.
And yeah, this goes out. So what happens while it's out there?
I would roll a perception with it. I'm just having it fly up. It has a fly speed of... Hold on. Let me pull up. It has a fly speed of 30 feet, so it can fly as far as I can walk. And it's just flying around, and it has a perception of +5, so I can roll a perception if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Please and thank you.
A 9. So it has no clue where the other people are. It's just searching.
It doesn't. And then suddenly it's hit by an eagle. It doesn't break or anything. It just gets smacked in the air by an eagle and kind of like whoosh, 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 spirals out of control for a moment before catching itself and hovering. And
so an eagle flying through hell just ran into a tiny drone, into a drone helicopter.
Yeah, why not?
Wait,
Awesome.
birds randomly go into planes as well.
No. He's saying the eagle you guys are riding on is what ran into it.
Yeah, quite literally.
I'm just saying, it's not too unlikely that a small thing smashes into a big thing.
Thunder. You saw that like little thing in the air with your high perception, but for a moment, Eagle Brain took over, and you like tried to catch it before remembering Joe was in your hands.
I don't
you
know
look
if
down.
that was Eagle Brain or Thunder Brain.
This is true. You look down below and you see the party directly below you. You saw them earlier and had been heading towards them when they sent up this little thing that essentially made you go, "Ooh, shiny!"
I caught them.
The eagle caws above you. You can see Joe held horizontal in its talons.
That'd be them.
Yep, there they are.
You spiral around and come in for a landing, and as you land, you kind of drop Joe in a humph. The party is back together.
Oh, hey, what the hell is that thing? Look at that metal contraption.
It's still hovering wherever Cassin wants it to be currently.
Oh.
I am Delta Echo Uniform 5000.
I'll call you Bob.
May call me Do.
Where's the deer?
Yeah, has anybody seen a deer?
He didn't make it.
Oh, do you see him die?
Yeah, we had, Orlana looks like she really doesn't want to talk about this, but it's just like, yeah, it was either, he knew he wasn't going to make it out of where we were, so he elected to get it over with and go out flipping the guy that got me out of there. Two birds.
Are you sure it was him?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because don't forget, he died before, remember? He came
It was
back.
definitely Joe.
What?
It was the same Adir we've been traveling with this entire time.
Don't forget, the same idea that we were traveling with died previously before. It would not be surprising that he came back. I said we should go find him.
He's dead, Joe.
We thought so before too, then he popped back up.
Erlana's Anne comes up and just massages her temples, and she goes, "Can we deal with suspicious robot here first?"
Oh yeah, huh? Who are you?
Still in eagle form, Thunder starts pecking at Doom's eyeballs.
What?
Do you even have eyeballs?
What?
Apparently,
Dude.
robots don't have skin either, but why are we just
Dude.
guessing this
Oh
now?
my goodness.
Dude jumps
Like,
back
wherever
and
your eye
draws his gun.
sockets are.
Yeah, dude jumps back and draws his gun and points it right at the eagle's face, and
Thunder, be
looks
polite.
to Alvazir for permission to terminate this obviously hostile eagle.
Thunder, down. No.
Thunder, will you
literally
behave?
lies down on the sand.
Thunder,
I
you
finally
turn
get off.
back into Thunder.
I get off Thunder's back.
Okay. Well, you look different.
Who's he saying this to?
The one with the tiger eyes.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
Alvazir's missing a wing. It's featherless and broken.
I honestly can't remember whether Alvazir had wings or not before. So
Erlana's like, Erlana goes like, yeah, let's talk about something else.
Oh,
Okay.
Thunder kind of. Who had the map last?
It was not Joe.
it was Joe. It was in his inventory. I saw it.
Oh.
Alright, so.
It says pointing at Joe.
Completely disregarding accent and everything for a
You
moment.
just threw out character voice in order to get that information out before Joe could.
Do you guys
Thunder
not
goes
trust Joe?
rummaging through Joe's things
Hey,
and pulls
this is my
out
stuff.
the map.
What are you doing? What are you doing? This is my stuff. What are you doing back there?
Thunder, will you please turn it back into a tabaxi?
Thunder shakes their head.
Why?
Listen, I don't want you
And
to
then
rip
Thunder
mine.
begins to fly up in the air a little bit.
Oh.
Thunder, why?
No.
Oh!
Onto something. That's smart. I see what the Thunder is doing. Thunder.
Testing gravity? Is this like when
No.
like an eagle picks up a turtle to like smash open its shell in order to eat it, but Thunder's gonna do it with Joe?
No, Thunder's gonna use my map and look for landmarks up high. Or something, I think. That or eat the map. We'll find out.
Thunder rolls out the map, puts it on the ground, and then in the sand with their beak draws out a question mark.
Can Thunder read?
Thunder, use your words. Turn back into a tabaxi and use your word. This is what friends do. They use their words.
Do you know what
Thunder
friends?
pouts as an eagle.
I was. Do you know what friends also do?
Mary Olsen?
Do I want to know?
They tell the truth.
Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something else.
Oh,
Hey,
Thunder, will
I
you?
see.
Thunder.
I see what this means.
I have an idea, Thunder. I have an idea. I carry the map, you fly me up, and I'll see what I can see with the map.
Thunder
This sounds
nods.
like a terrible
Alright,
idea.
Thunder, let's go.
But okay.
I hold the map in my hands and turn my back towards
Dude
the bird.
says, can't we see? Well, dude doesn't know where these guys wanted to go in the first place, but can't we see Harmon's Hill from where we're at and the hive in the distance?
Yeah,
You can.
literally.
You
Yeah.
can. Alvazir.
Do who has no clue where you guys were even trying to go is now pointing at the two only landmarks in the distance and says we should pick one or the other of those.
Oh.
Alvazir. your natural, fairly high wisdom, you suddenly realize something looking around. Adir's not the only one of your party missing.
Wait, what? Oh!
Lulu!
Oh yeah, Lulu.
Yeah.
We have to go back to the hive, y'all.
We should get Lulu back. We need to.
I agree.
I do not know who Lulu is, but if Alvazir commands it, we will initiate a rescue operation.
I was there. You have a slave now? Wait, what?
I command it. Let's go.
I am so excited for this bit of trivia. Did you know that the word
Thank you,
robot is Slavic for slave?
Actually?
Really?
Yes, that's what the
Oh.
name comes from to begin with, because a robot is just a slave to mankind.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool knowledge.
Damn.
Trivia fact of the day.
Hank
Anyway.
shares this trivia, except it's Choltian that he says that robot is Choltian for slave.
Schultz. I never.
Don't worry about it. It's only matters if you know D&D lore.
Isn't that like the Africa?
I'm aware of my choice, and I don't want to get into it.
Lulu.
Oh no!
We must get
Oh no!
Can
no!
we just get
Why?
Lulu?
So,
God
you guys have a plan for Lulu?
The main reason was for the undead.
Oh, okay. Let's say that instead. That's a bit more kosher.
Is it
Jesus.
kosher or salt?
Yes.
Oh my
it is-
god, Egg, please
What?
focus on what's happening. Guys, Lulu's missing. Talk about it.
I already
Guys!
played, but if people keep talking over everybody.
I know.
Talk over that.
Albazir's right. We need to get Lulu. That she's why we're here. We need to get her. We need to get Lulu back.
I do not want to agree with the devil touched, but if Alvazir commands it, we will initiate rescue operations.
Lulu is the opposite of a devil, and we really need her in order to do what we need to do.
Are we all touched by devils by now since we killed them all?
No, we're not.
We killed them.
Let's
When,
talk about
uh,
something else. Let's get into the task at hand.
When Do hears Joe say that, he pulls his gun and points it at Joe.
Oh,
Can we
fire.
focus?
I'll kick your ass, Robo. Actually, I don't know what that is, to be honest. I don't know what he's doing with that stick.
Can we focus for 5 seconds, guys?
Joe, you've been shot before. You recognize
I
a
have?
gun.
Oh yeah, I've been shot before.
Yeah, Emmerich shot you. He used a gun he'd gotten from Lantany's sailors and shot you with
Why
it.
is it aiming a toy gun at me? It's only made of wood with no
Albazir gets
holes.
on the bike and starts like getting ready to go.
Do is looking at
Carlotta's doing
Alvazir
the best.
going, what do I do with the devil touched?
Leave him. We need him to get Lulu back.
Primary programming, override commander authorization, and I holster my weapon.
Thank you.
Should we make a
Can
plan?
we deal with this now?
Should we make a plan for Lulu?
Well, last we saw, she was in the hive.
And
I have a big paralysis bees.
your voice is
Yeah.
laggy.
What's the hive?
I'm glad you asked. In the distance, you guys see, chained with thorns and horrible things, some sort of floating hive-like structure.
It floats? What the fuck?
Weren't you there, Joe?
I was?
Does Do recognize that in his extensive knowledge of devils and their habitat?
Roll me a knowledge history, please and thank you. I would also allow a knowledge religion or a knowledge arcana. It's just different information that you'll get from each.
We will go with history.
Oh yeah, those are hell wasps. They shape enormous nests from cocoon carcasses of slain angels and other fallen celestials.
Where the hell did they get
The
angels from?
cocooned angels tend to writhe unpleasantly from the motion of the larvae that are birthed in their intestines and insides, creating the false impression that they are still alive. Because of this, the mere sight of a hell wasp nest has been known to drive mortals mad.
Let's go there.
Essentially, from what you guys can see in the distance, a gigantic sack of wet, papery material floats high above the surface of hell. Angelic figures with feathery wings stick to its surface like flies in amber, their bodies struggling futilely underneath layers of gunk. Iron chains at the bottom of the structure tether it to the hellish landscape. Normally, anywhere between 3 to 12 hell wasps could be living in a nest at any time, but twice that number will normally be out hunting. What they do is they paralyze people with their stingers, pick them up, carry them off, and store them in their larders.
Sounds fun.
It's not. It's horrifying and terrible.
Oh,
Okay, well, I'm gonna go off and save that little elephant. And I'm going to do it while humming the Lulu saving song.
No.
Wait, what?
oh,
please!
Joe's very confused with the reactions.
Martin, no!
I grabbed Martin and put him in his baby sack.
Who's
He
Martin?
grabbed Hank.
And start up the bike.
I turn towards Orlana.
I'm
No,
not
wait.
in the game.
Point
That's
my
Hank.
back at her.
Orlando, wait! Before you go.
Martin needs to go in a baby stroller too at this point, though.
I mean,
What,
to be fair, I need to leave. I got work.
Yep, we're
Yeah.
going to be wrapping up
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
sorry, yeah.
I'm just bringing you back to the map as you guys set out, and I'll
So-
show you where the hell wasp nests are marked on the map.
So do cast levitate. Levitates himself 20 feet up in the air, and he ties a rope to Alvazir's
Bike?
motorcycle, so it drags him along while he just floats behind it.
Smart.
That's horrifying, but yes,
I
that
love
is
it.
okay.
He's a kite.
He's a
He's
kite.
like a Mario Kart balloon.
This is a normal day in hell.
Yep. And you see, you see when he does this, what you see is out of the sides, right on his back, appears what looks like a jetpack, and just starts lifting him up.
Now, as a note, this does create some drag for the bike.
Oh.
So the bike will not be able to move its full speed, but it's going to be able to move near enough it anyways. So the only time that this could cause an issue, Akassin and whoever's piloting the bike, is during dex saves and moments when you're trying to outrun shit, obviously. There is just still some slight drag. It's not enough to be super noticeable. It's only going to come in like those really super clutch moments, okay?
Like getting chased by the wasp.
Cool.
I start playing the Lulu rescue theme on my hurdy-gurdy.
Everyone else, you're shit out of luck as the bike leaves without you.
Wait,
Just
Why
kidding.
did
You
you say it was?
get on.
I
You
said
get on
I
the
started
bird.
it up to go.
We
Huh?
gotta make a
Yeah, what?
plan.
Oh,
I think
still
Thunder. I think Thunder's still an eagle. He's going to take the other ones.
Yeah, that's the only reason I stayed an eagle.
cool. You pick up Joe in your talons, and Hank climbs on your back, and you
No,
guys.
I'm in the motorcycle
Oh yeah.
because I got stuck in. I got
Orlana
stuff. I
Yeah.
got stuff into the baby jail.
As a note for you, having Orlana instead of Hank on your back means that you can only move at half speed. So you're going very slowly. Your flying is very limited now. One
Okay.
person isn't so bad, and Hank counts as a small creature, but you are over your carrying capacity at this point, I believe. We can actually calculate that out next time to be certain.
Okay.
Or if you want, you can calculate it out between games if people want to send Cam how much they weigh and stuff like that. Moving on, I'm just going to go ahead and give wrap up now to the Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching us. We always appreciate it. Don't forget Twitch Prime. You can subscribe to us. If you want to support us monetarily, there are other ways you can do so as well. The Ko-Fi down below. All tips go straight to me with no fees. Blah, 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 blah. Throwing us follows, all sorts of different stuff is great. Join our Discord server. Oh my god, I sound like fucking...
You sound
PewDiePie.
like yourself. You sound like yourself.
I
Let's
sound
be
like
honest.
myself. That's worrying. Either way, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to run an ad break. When it's over, we're not going to be on anymore. You all have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Bro first.
Don't you
Wait,
dare.
but